Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Simply Colorful Fibercast. Today's date is March 7th, 2020. My name is Lynn Marquidant, and I'm your host. And I am here in a pile of clothes, Beth and Amy's mother's clothes. And I am making 2 flower quilts as memory quilts, making the flowers out of clothes. So won't you join me? This is going to be a messy show. This is not training. This is just us hanging out and creating together. So grab a project and let's see what we can accomplish. I used to say in 60 minutes, but we've been going about 30 or 40 minutes. So grab your project and let's just see what we can do in the next few minutes. How's that? Welcome. I hope everyone is staying safe and I was going to say clean and clear and contaminant free. We are in the midst of the COVID-19 disease spread by the coronavirus or caused by the coronavirus, and you can read all about it all over the web or on any TV station, and it's not to be taken lightly. I certainly am not, and I hope that anyone out there who has been touched by it is I'm sorry, and rest, drink lots of fluids, and hopefully it will just pass. Your body will build up immunity to it. So let's make some flowers. Behind me, well, first off, let me just say that we're making 2 of these quilts, and we're making them the same size with the same white background and the same, I guess what it's reading like on the screen is an off-white flower leaf frame. And then each of them, one will have a blue minky backing, and the other one will have a red minky backing, and then they will have corresponding bindings. So I just put the blue binding up there to give us an idea of what the frame will look like. And again, this is meant to be used. This is Beth's, and I expect her to use it on her couch. So the request was to also make 2 of them, again, because they're twin sisters, was to also use these greens to create consistent leaves and stems. So I'm getting to the point where I'm almost ready to do that. And none of these are glued down or anything. I'm just putting Wonder Under on the back of them. And we'll see what I do next. I think what I'm going to do is, and I've been playing with my foot here, is sew the pieces together with the Wonder Under intact, cut away any excess so that I have as little overlap as possible, peel off the Wonder Under, iron it to my final place, and then do a stitch around it to stitch it down. So that's my current plan. But first, let's make some flowers before we do any of that. And and I'm sorry, there are so many of these, but I wanted to try a couple of different things. One was, and I've already drawn out. One I wanted to make was just a simple daisy, like out of this bright red. And I've already drawn on the back of my Wonder Under some petals. So I'm going to cut those out and then see what they look like together, and then possibly put a yellow, now that's much too big, but a yellow center or something like that. I hope this is making sense. And I hope you've had a good week, everyone. And if I knew how to use my embroidery unit, I think I could do this with it, but in the hoop. But since I don't know how to use that yet, I'm going to go with this process. And it'll be quilted up, so it's not like this has to be a very flat wall quilt. It won't be a wall hanging, it's going to be used. So I'm just cutting out these shapes that I drew on the Wonder Under. They're looking like that. I don't know, with the white in it, it might read kind of funny, but that's okay. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, I think that's going to look nice, actually. Because I don't want all of the flowers to be big and dramatic. I also want it to look like a field of flowers where I don't know, where some are behind and some are in back. This is a denim jacket that had flowers on it that I want to cut out and use those also. There's some others here. One of her shirts had flowers, so I cut that one out. I don't think I like this one. It's too big if it were little ones, but that was in another shirt that she had. Here's a bigger one. Again, we may or may not use these, but I cut them out when the spirit struck. But this, I think, is going to be a keeper because four, 5, 6. That is definitely going to be a nice one. And how am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to take this piece of fabric. It's a scrap. And I'm just going to tack this down in the middle so I can hold it up and show you what it's going to look like. I want to send out condolences to Deb Linehan and her whole family. Her father, Bob's Uncle Paul, passed away a few days ago. He was 89 and he lived a wonderfully accomplished life, and his family is going to miss him. Okay. Let's get closer to a flower. I'm going to cut this yellow away because I don't want that showing. I might want a yellow on front. But that could go, that could be hidden by some leaves a little bit. Let's see if I have any pins. So now I have to go over here, get a pin or two. And that's okay that it blends in. It's got enough white in it that it blends into the background, because I'll do an applique stitch around it and it will stick out, and there's another flower to add. Now, I also, before we came on, I wanted to make a pink flower. Pink and white, and then she had some pants that were made out of this. So I drew on the back some semblance of a leaf, and I think this one's going to be like a fringy leafed tulip. I don't know why it's fringy leafed. It's a fringy tulip. See how it has the jaggeds up at the top? I don't want to make it too jagged though, because I'm going to have to do a buttonhole stitch. And I don't want to have to do a whole bunch of stops and starts. It won't look good. And I don't need to. This is a big sort of abstract quilt. There's another one. This pink was a jacket of their mother's. There's that. And then I'm not sure how well this much white is going to look, but we'll try it because these were pants that she liked to wear. White corduroy pants. So I'm hoping that by doing, and I know you can't really see that very well. I'm putting the dark pink in back to make it pop, and I'm hoping that will work, and it will. Except for this. I wish this was a light pink. But you know what? That is going to work just fine. And I'm going to sew it, I'm going to tack it down. I'm going to have to change my needle often, I think. Because right now I am sewing over paper-backed Wonder Under. And I can hear it. I have my zipper foot on, by the way, and I'm liking how it's working. So there is a tulip, and I know it's really abstract, and on the back I'm going to cut away. Hi, everyone! Nice to see you all out there. So I'm cutting the excess away as much as I can. Okay, so there's my tulip. And I wanted to do a couple of, what are they, sepals? Or the little, and you know, on tulips, they probably don't have them. They just have the single stem. So maybe I don't want to do that. But on maybe like this rose type thing, maybe I'll do a couple of sepals. Ooh, I like this one. That's pretty. Now I think I'm getting to have too many flowers, or I'll split them up amongst the two quilts. Oh, and this one will stand straight up, so where am I going to put this one? Yeah. For now, right there. Oh, and see, you can't really see that from far away, can you? But let's do these sepals. So this was a pretty green vest. So I want to include this is going to be fun because now we're adding some pretty green color. That might even go under. like that. Oh, I'm gonna run out of pins. Or we could put it over here. No, I want it to be on the rose, I think. This pin bends. That's not a very good pin. Okay. So that's what I'm making, is a flower memory quilt. Let's try one more. Make sure to send in your pictures to lynn@simplycolorful.com and I'll show them. Hi, Norma. Hi, everyone. Hi, Diane. Hi, Sue Bryant. Hi, KB. Okay. This one, maybe I should finish this one. I need some red. Oh, this one was fun. See, now this already is a flower. I think that would be kind of neat to put one of those in somewhere. In fact, I am going to cut one out and put it on Wonder Under and see how it works. Okay. So, see that? Now, if I cut some Wonder Under, I say Wonder Under, I'm using Heat and Bond. Maybe it's the same thing. I don't think it is, a different company, but it's Heat and Bond Light. And I'm hoping it's light enough. Otherwise, this is going to be a nightmare to quilt. Okay. And I've learned using this Heat and Bond to make my fabric bigger than the piece of Heat and Bond that I put on. That way I don't get any glue residue on my machine, on my iron. And I got it at Joann's yesterday for 50% off, which was good. Oh, and I may have to wait for this to be heated up. Okay, while that's heating up, I don't like to use too much black though. Well, they also wanted a blue and white flower. What do we do with that? That is a cute jacket. And you might be thinking, why are we cutting up perfectly good clothes? And I know for a fact that they gave away a lot of her clothes already. And they just picked out a few of these to cut up. So I don't feel so bad. We're going to want to put that just half of that, I think. There we go. I think that'll be cute. You have to be careful not to melt the fabric. Okay, so now I have Wonder Under on it. And I wonder if that will fray terribly. I'm going to leave enough black here so that I will do a black, whatchamacallit, blanket stitch around it. But I'll cut it to the shape of the flowers a bit. Again, I don't want it too severe, otherwise it'll be very hard to do. Okay, so there that is from her dress. And that is going to go way down here in the background. But I think that's still going to be really cool. I think it's time to do some green. Put that aside. Let's put all this aside. You know what? I can swipe all of this off. You don't need to see all these clothes. You should see the studio. It is covered with stuff. With all stuff like this, all the cutouts. Okay. But it's time to make some leaves. And if we have time, we'll make one more big flower, but I think we really need to see what it's going to look like with some stems. I have a yard of each of these fabrics for both quilts, which should be plenty. And I'm thinking doing these in the background and the darker up front. I know that's kind of contrary, but I think the dark is really going to look like it comes forward because of the white background. Okay, and you know what I'm going to do? This is why I bought a lot of this, is I am going to put heat and bond on a big part of both of these. That was just an aha moment. I didn't know I was going to do that. Woohoo! So I'm going to take this over. This way there won't be any constraint. That. Did everyone get out and vote that could on Tuesday? Super Tuesday. But this is not a political show. We reserve that for other locations. Has anyone followed the Badass Quilter? I should know her real name. I don't. But she's pretty brave in what she says and thinks. And I admire that. I just am not crisp on what my beliefs are, really. I always see both sides of any coin. That can be not so good. Who was busy at the package moving factory today? We moved 30,000 packages. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're out there. Did I see KB said something about a collage quilt. That sounds really fun. So I think first I want to put in some stems. Question is, ooh. Question is, how thick do you make these stems? I think I'm going to have a couple of them that are pretty big. Okay. I think that's another try. So I just drew that on. And yes, I'm using my fabric scissors. And I am cutting fabric and heat and bond. Okay, let's leave that like that. I know this isn't very exciting. So who did shopping for worst case scenario in case you have to quarantine yourself? I did. And the types of things that I got were beans in cans, chickpeas, rice. I got some cold medicine, some ibuprofen, some soda. One thing I forgot that I have to go get is coffee. I don't have a lot of that on hand. And I also did get wipes and lots of cleaning supplies, lots of soap, toilet paper. What else did I get? I haven't gotten peanut butter. My mother mentioned that today, and I think that's a good idea. I'm going to try two approaches to this quilt. One, I'm just going to have 7 big blooms. That's it. And so I'll have 7 stems and then some leaves off it. So it'll look more modern. The other one, I might put more of these different flowers that we just made. And then I'm going to send the pictures to my clients and see what they like. And we'll go from there. Okay, we have lots of stems. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. There's that one. Oh, I'm going to need some straighter ones, aren't it? Well, not necessarily. Actually, I take that back. Oh, you can't really see it. Okay. And that one. Oh, yeah, that'll be a good one. I'm coming over to your side in a minute. Let's see what this is going to look like. This seems a little thick to me. There's that one. That looks cool. Huh. If I haven't said it already, I'm going to say it now. This is going to be the fun part. Can you imagine doing the blanket stitch around all these? Yikes! Okay, our tulip needs to be straight. And I think I might, well, for now that'll work. I might, I was going to say I might do it in the lighter, but maybe not. Maybe they all need to be this green, the stems. That. Isn't that cute? Okay, we need one for that, and that, and that. Oh, here goes the iron. Oop. Okay, two more. There. This might not work, but let's hold off on any judgment. You still with me? Okay. Let's do one more. We'll make a few leaves while we're working at it, won't we? Well, I don't like the way that goes. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. All right. So this is another take on a memory quilt. Who's out there? Let's see who's out there. And then, shall we make one more flower? Oh, you can't really even see it. I wonder if we need a flower or two here and here. Or do we just call it? Like we could take this off. And we could take this off. And we could take these off. These were from her pants. I wanted to use those, but that makes it cleaner. I like that actually. And then if I do just a couple of leaves, oh, I didn't do that one, did I? That will be modern. I like it. And this one, this I'm going to make pretty straight. Oh, you can't see. I'm sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to check, see what everyone's doing out there. Do I see Ann Hayward? Hi, and Maggie. Hi. I hope you're staying safe up in New Hampshire. They had to close a couple of the Wellesley schools around here because a couple of students were children of a man who contracted coronavirus. And I know this is happening around the world. I know it's not unique to us. Oh, Sue Norton is drawing. My goodness, she's doing a nice job. 8.5 hours of pencil layering. Wow. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Way to go, Sue. Oh, add some leaves? Okay. I think I see my mother out there. All right, let's do some leaves. Okay. So, tulips, of course. Oh, you know what? Before we add leaves in this color, I'm going to prepare some lighter green. Let's do that. So here's this green. iron ready. Get my roll of heat and bond. Oops. Okay. Ready? Done! I'm expecting to have to iron this again, which is fine. In my experience, the first heat and bond is just to do it just enough to allow the glue to come off. I mean, the paper to come off and leave the glue on the fabric. Boop! Who's that? That would be Fox News. Oh, by the way, my mother was the one who told me the latest news. Bob is in the basement playing music. As I say, we went to a wake earlier today. And again, our condolences to Deb and her family. Okay, so now we have our lighter green and some darker green with which to play. We may need a third green, but let's see. Okay, so some leaves. Ooh. And I really should have something to view. And I don't want them too jagged because I have to go around them with my buttonhole stitch. Couple of tulip. Leaves. Okay, those are tulips. Now I'm just making this stuff up. Okay. Ask and ye shall receive. Again, this is the fun part. And I want to make some of them bigger than others. Some will be turned around, of course. I mean, rolled over. There are 4 littler leaves. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, let me make some of these tulip leaves. So there's a tulip leaf. Whoop. That tulip leaf might be too big. Tulip leaves are not like daffodil leaves. Now I'm thinking about it. Tulip leaves do get pretty fat up at the top, right? Okay. Ta-da! Tulip leaf down. Okay. Now, Okay. Okay. You can't see that. Okay. No, I think we can just leave it at these light ones. So let me cut a few more. Oh, that might be like a little bluet. That could be really thin. Now, let's do more of these for a minute. Oh, rose leaves are more rounded, right? Okay. With these rose leaves, I want them to be plumper, I think. Ah. Okay. Huh. I don't want to overdo it, right? Are the leaves working? I can't, I'm sorry, I can't even read this. This technology thing. Crazy! Let's see. We haven't done anything with this. And I'm thinking some very thin whippet-like leaves. There's one. Now when I'm getting this small though, now that's going to be a applique challenge. Yeah, but I'll just add a lot of them. Hang on, this is gonna work. We're going to add a few more. Where is the... I wonder if this would look silly. I think that might... I might still want to do that. No. Well, I guess because I do have to add this little thing. Could add that over here. I think that might be it for tonight. I don't like this. You know what? We can put this on the back with a label. Let me do a couple of more. Oh, and I do have some different shaped ones here. Possibly. So instead of that one, I might do. I think just like that is good. Good, 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 good. Oh, no, I know what we're going to do. Let's try a few darker leaves for this one. And possibly this one. I bet you guys can't see me. This one. Almost done. Ooh, is it time to quit? Oh my goodness. Good timing. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me. This was an unusual fibercast. I know my back was to you a lot of the time, but thank you for joining me. I hope that you had fun doing whatever you love to do. I know I love to do this, and I love that you're out there and doing what you love. So with that, have a great weekend. I will see you next Friday night right here on another fibercast. Goodbye, everyone. Down under, I see Allie. I see Pat. I see Ann. Marquet. Hi, Marquet. Ooh, I'm going to read all of your comments. Some grass. Yes. I'm so fortunate to have you out there. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Peggy. Okay. See you next week. Bye.